Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our team training. We apologise for being a few minutes late. We had a little technical difficulties, but yes. So thankfully we've managed to sort them out. We're only 4 minutes late, so it's not too bad. So thank you so much for being here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jenny Harris, and I'm an Elite Orange Status Presenter right here with Unique, and I'm based in the UK. And we, those of you again that know me know that how much I think training is really, really important. Not only business training, but also your own personal development. So you'll hear me go on about personal development, and training is part of your personal development. So I do my best, along with other wise sisters, to deliver quality training to you that is going to help you in your business. So with that said, we've not had any training for about 3 weeks with me being here, there and everywhere. But those of you that know will know that myself, along with Ray Sinclair and Sam Moore, attended convention in St. Louis this year, which was just truly awesome. But I'm not going to talk about my bit just yet. Tonight on the call, we didn't do it deliberately, but we kind of did. We didn't tell each other what we were doing. So, and the reason we did that was that I didn't want us all to be in the same class, doing the same topics. I wanted us to have a broad range of different topics from convention that we could then that we could come back and deliver to yourselves. So that's what we've done. And as it turned out, I think there's probably only 1 or 2 classes that we actually did the same. We may well have gone to the same title, but had a different presenter present that class to us. So you should get a nice wide range. You should certainly get at least 14 topics over the next few weeks that we can bring back to you from convention. Now, bear in mind, we're all different, so we all learn differently. So the information that I deliver back to you, even if it's the same topic, might be slightly different to what Ray might give you or what Sam might give you, and that's okay. We'll give you the information as was given to us. Most of mine, I actually screenshot the PowerPoint slides, so I'm able to give it back to you. I didn't make that many notes. I only made notes if I was a little bit confused, which isn't difficult. So yes, so that's what we're going to be delivering to you tonight. We haven't sorted out a running order, so I'm going to go with Sam first, since I know Ray's been at work. Yes, that's just all that face. We're going to start off tonight with Sam. Sam, for those of you that don't know, has been with Unique since November 2014. She's one of my personally enrolled. She's been with probably one of the longer serving team members. Woo-hoo! And yes, we went off to convention. So I'll let Sam give you a little bit about her. So I'm going to ask you, Sam, to unmute yourself, and I'm going to mute myself and come off camera and take it over to you.
Hi everybody. I hope you're all well this evening, and I hope that you're all going to be able to take away some useful information from our webinar today. And I'm quite excited because this is the first time I've ever done this. So, right. So, my name is Samantha Moore, as Jenny introduced me earlier. I prefer to be called Sam. Most of you know me, but I know we've had a few new presenters. So, I'm hoping that you're all in on this or watch this back. So I am in Nuneaton. I live just around the corner from where Jenny is, and I've been with Unique now since November 2014, so about a month after they launched in this country. I am currently a pink status presenter. So I went to convention this year. It was my first one, and I was so excited and buzzing and everything, and I'm still really buzzing now. There's that many different things going through my head. I've got a list as long as my arm of different things that I'm implementing. So I just wanted to go through a few of my notes today with you on one of the lessons that I took, and it was called Teach a Girl to Fish, The Art of Mentoring by Katie Thompson. She's our Black Status presenter, so if you're in this group, she's our Black Status presenter. So first thing that she said to us during this training session was mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Right, Katie Thompson. That's my little clip out there. Whoop, whoop. So she was really good with the things that she said. I ended up voice recording her whole session just in case I missed anything. So I'm going to put that into a file and then add that to the group after this call, all being well, probably with the help of my little minions. But one of her most valuable things that she said and repeated quite a few times, which you may have heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to say it again anyway, and that is follow successful people and duplicate what they do. The reason she says this is because they were successful for a reason. They've got to where they have from what they've done. So following them and taking away what they've done and making it your own and then reposting it is invaluable, basically. So you see Eric Worre, for instance, you see a lot of his pictures pop up and things like that. Take them, copy them, so print screen them or grab them or however you do it on your computer or phones, and adapt them and make them your own and reshare them. And doing this it's helping you and your business. You'll find lots of other people just share them and things like that, but doing it of your own design as well helps preventing you from going into Facebook jail. So this is something that quite a lot of us do. And being a mentor, so basically once you have started to form your own team or business partners, they're going to copy what you do. So it's always advisable if you're doing good, they're going to do good. So your posts need to be inspiring, motivating. They need to challenge you, and they also need to challenge your mentee. This is another little image that I've done. I hope you can all see it. Sorry, my fan in my room. So mentor. M stands for manage the relationship. E stands for encourages. N stands for nurtures. T stands for teachers. O stands for offers mutual respect. And R stands for respond to the needs of the mentee. If you use this as your guide, you won't go wrong. So, sorry, just turning the page. That's the last of the papery bits I'm holding up for you. So you've got to remember that you've got to help other people grow, because this is about them and not about you, which again is something that you hear us say all the time. You are helping others. By helping the others is helping yourself. So another big thing that is brought up, or has been brought up, I know it's been heard in our group before as well, is not overwhelming your new business partners by adding them to lots of groups. So the recommendation is to make sure that they're added to the Black Status group, and obviously added to, so the Black Status group for us is Katie Thompson's team Lash Boss, and then you've got Jenni's iLash Divas, so you need to make sure that they're in them too. You also need to make sure that they're in the unique corporate family page, the family presenter page, which is our POP page. This one is a group for all of our presenters all around the world, in all the different countries. So you may find that some presenters have created like a UK POP group or a Spain POP group and things like that, and I do believe that these haven't had any input from actual corporate themselves, so it's always best to make sure that they're in the family one that is always recommended. If you're not in this group, you need to speak to your upliner to make sure that they add you into the group. They're the three main most important groups. These groups are there for you to be able to search the files. You'll find any question you have will be in the files within these groups. So in the Black Status one, in Katie's group, everything that she did to get to black is in them files. So you don't need to create massive hard work trying to search for these things and stuff like that. You 99% of the time you'll find that if someone's got a question to ask, before you've had a chance to answer it, they've found it in the files. So and if it's a question that you might not know neither, then again you've got the files there to go back and check over. So recommendation for your own group, to when you want to start your own group, would be from when you reach Green Elite. The reason this is because you're just going to create such hard work for yourself. You can speak to all of your business partners via iLash Divas, via an inbox, via Lash Boss. You can use the Lash Boss and iLash Divas to help with giving them good shout outs and things like that. That way then you're not having to copy and paste everything that you see going into these other groups into your group. You're just going to be creating way much more work, and you're not making your time, you're not using your time efficiently, because the time that you'd be spending on your own group you could be using finding new business partners or helping the business partners that you've already got. This was a mistake that I made. I created a group once I hit yellow, and I was adding my business partners into that group, and I was finding it hard to keep relaying everything back into that group when I didn't really need to. Because if Jenny posts a challenge in iLash Divas, what do? We tag our teams. If Katie posts something really useful in our Black Status group, what do? We tag our teams. That's all we need to do. So don't try to overwhelm yourself. Unless you're absolutely super duper at it and you have got the time to do it, don't overwhelm yourself. So the basics of mentoring is trust, because they need to trust you. If they don't trust you, they won't believe in you. Regular contact and conversation. So make sure that you keep relaying back to them. So if you've messaged them, make a note of when you've messaged them in your diary and when you're going to message them again. And keep doing that. So it's a bit like, it's very much like our following up with our customers and things like that. You following up with your business partners. Believe in the process, because if you don't believe in the process, they're not going to believe in the process. And as I said before, they're going to do what you do. So, and desire to build that relationship, because if you send them a quick message but then don't send another one, or think, oh well, they're okay and things like that, they might not be. They might be really needing your help and they're a bit scared to ask for it. And open to growth. Be open to growth. It's obviously, that's part of the be all of the business. So, and then we've got principles of mentoring. Mentoring is about learning and not teaching. And again, I've been with Unique for nearly 2 years, and I'm learning something new every single day. And that isn't a joke, that is real. Even if it's personal development, or it's learning something that I didn't know about a product, or just be the fact that I follow quite a few other presenters in other countries, and then they'll say something, I'll be like, oh, I didn't know that, and then look into it more, etc., etc. So the mentee is feeling empowered and ready to take responsibility for our own actions. So making her feel good, making your new business partner feel good is simple. You just have to tell them you believe in them, because there could be a point where they've joined and they've got a little bit stuck or something, and they're thinking, oh gosh, what do I do now? What do I do now? And you just say to them, I believe in you. I believe you can do this, and things like that. It could just be what they need at that moment in time to make them carry on, to help them carry on. So, and provide direction to achieve goals and growth. So, sorry, my phone just lit up and I was panicking then. Yeah, provide direction to achieve goals and growth. So again, setting small goals for them. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just to help them with their growth, basically. So skills needed by a mentor. So this is you for your team. You need to listen. You need to be a good listener. But be careful that you don't end up in other people's arguments and things like that. Be there to listen to them, and constructive with your answers, because sometimes you can end up in squabbles and squabbles. Hopefully this doesn't happen. It hasn't happened to me, and it hasn't happened to me within iLash Divas neither. So I think that we're all a really good family, and we're all really good at helping each other. So, and trust, again, trust is a big one. If you've got to trust yourself, and then trust the others, and they'll trust you back. Trust is a really big thing. We as human beings, we instantly have trust in anything and everything we do. But when trust is broken, then it's really, really hard to get back. But showing them that you've got trust in them, it's a real big help. It's a real big help for people. And encouragement can be notes sent to them. You could, depending on how you want to do this, you could send an email, you could send them a little letter just to say, hi, well done on this achievement or that achievement. Posting things to their wall on Facebook, and posting things into the group, so into the Black Status group and into iLash Divas. It could be anything from, oh my god, I'm so proud of Jenny, she's just done her first live video. Or it could be, Tamsin has just reached her first promotion. I mean, these are things that we shout about in our group anyway, but making sure that you post it to her wall and in the group, so that if we haven't had chance to see, because we might not be friends with them, so we might not be able to congratulate them on their wall, but we can congratulate them in our group. But also on the flip side of that is, if you posting it to their wall, if they've put something up saying, I've joined Unique, blah, 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 and things like that on their Facebook, or they've posted in their bio that they're part of Unique now, and they're going to have people watching, like you always have people watching. So by you posting on their wall, these other people are then seeing, and it spikes their interest, and it might make them go, oh, I've just seen that you've hit a promotion, that's so cool, how did you do that? And then straight away, before this person knows it, she's already started a conversation with someone and explaining how she's reached a promotion, and she's then talking about a business, and voila, the job's just been made 10 times easier. Setting goals. It can be anything from hitting a PRS, or it could be from speaking to 5 people when you're out today, or commenting on 5 different people's photos. It could be anything as small as that, or it could be like a team goal as well, like how Jenny does things for us. At the minute we've got one going where we doing our live videos, our live makeover videos, our why videos, and all of the others. I've started doing mine, and I've got a checklist that I'm marking down how many videos I'm doing. I'm just trying to find it now, so we can keep tracks on it. And as Jenny's done as well, doing the hashtag, so that she can keep a check on it and you can keep a check on it. Hashtags are really easy. There's no rules or regulations of how you do it. You just create one. So for instance, you could just say hashtag love my dog. You could search it to see if it's already an hashtag, and if it isn't an hashtag, then you can use it, and then when you search it again, it'll pull up anytime anyone's used hashtag love my dog. So Jenny's, for her challenge this month, is splash iLash Divas, I think it is, or iDivas. I'll find that out for definite, and I'll post it after. But so for instance, I've done 2 live makeup videos at the minute, and I've done a product video. We've got a list of 10 different things we can do. So these are all like good little ideas for goals and stuff. And then inspires again, it falls back to the posting on the walls. So because you are an inspiration to them, and they're an inspiration to you, so posting that they've done an achievement of something and things like that, it makes other people look and think, oh wow, you know, what might seem really simple and oh god that's easy to you might not be that easy to them. So showing them that the inspirational posts and things like that is really nice. People orientated, being open to talk to people whenever they need it. This could be within one of the groups. Someone might have posted something in there that they might be struggling to find the answer to, whether they've looked in the files or not, I don't know. But just because I haven't personally enrolled that person doesn't mean to say that I won't go on and help her with the answer if I know the answer, because that is part of what we all do, and I love that within our group because we all help each other. I never see a question go unanswered for long in our group. And being honest about yourself. Again, in our group, we're posting there, and nothing negative, but we're posting there saying, we haven't done this today, but we really wanted to do this today. And then other people will comment back saying, that's no problem, just do it tomorrow, and things like that. And being honest on our own walls as well about what we do. I love the posts like me going to Skegness on Sunday. I just posted in my group, not in my group, on my wall, and I put, hey kids, who fancies going to Skeg Vegas? And the girls said to me, yeah, cool, when? And I just said, tonight, let's go now. And they literally ran up to their bedrooms and threw stuff into their bags and jumped in the car, and we drove to Skeggy. And I posted that on my wall, and it had loads of people liking it and commenting saying, oh my god, have a nice time, things like that. And then it's nice to put, sitting on the beach today, this is going to be my office. And it's true, it's being honest, I'm being real. I took a photo of me sitting on the beach, which is what I was doing. I was doing my self-motivation while I was there. I was reading some books while the kids were playing near the sea, and I did a little short video just to say, this is me, this is what I'm doing today, I'm sitting on the beach. If anyone's got any questions or anything, feel free to ask, and things like that. And again, just being all honest. And it's nice to say to people, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I can. And that's really about all I've got to say. So again, I'll post into the group, if I can work it out, how to get the voice recording from my phone to my computer, and I'll post that into the group so everyone can take a listen to it and take your own notes away from it. So I just wanted to say thank you for listening to me and taking the time out to join this webinar, and I'll see you all soon. Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks, Sam. Really appreciate that. So there's a couple of things that I want to ask you, because all of that sounds amazing in an ideal world, okay? And we all know. So, did you get any hints and tips for when things aren't going to plan? So say, for argument's sake, you have a new presenter that's signed up, and you have sent her some messages and she's not responding. What do we get? What's the skinny on that?
Okay, I basically try to probably go to if this hasn't already happened, a private message or a text message or something, if you've got their mobile number, which is usually you should have, because it's a good thing, and just ask if everything's okay. If they're struggling with anything, what can you do to help? I did have a lady who joined who was really quiet on me, and I sent her a couple of messages and she didn't send anything back, and it kind of got to the point where I thought, I'm not sure if this is what she wants to do. So I went privately with her and said to her, would you like to meet up? Is there anything you want to go over? And then in the end, that's what she wanted to do. She didn't want to continue talking just through Facebook and stuff, so I met up with her. And we just relaxed and had a cuppa and had a chat, and the conversation flowed a lot more easier.
Okay, cool. But did Katie have any suggestions as to what you do if that conversation is not happening? Or did she? But the point I'm trying to make is, did she say anything about the fact that you can be a great mentor, you can do all of those things, but you can't do it for them?
Yes, she did say that you can give your new business partner all of the tools they need, but you can't work the business for them. So if if you've given them so if they say I'm struggling to sell, and you've given them all of the best advice that you know that's working for you, or that you know that's working for someone else who's really successful in your business, and they're still not doing it, it's like few people have probably heard this term before, but it's like tennis. You bat the ball over to them, and you've got to wait for it to come back. So if they don't bring it back, then you're just basically chasing a losing race, basically, because it's just you can only spend so much time on them, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes absolutely perfect sense. I just wanted to have it put out there. I know that, but I just wanted, for the purposes of training, that we get that across. Because in an ideal situation, we would have people come into the business, work the business, sponsor 3, 5, 10 people a month, do their PRS, and all fly to black status. The reality is that doesn't always happen. And the fact it remains that we can't want this business more than the person who's coming to the business. We can't want it more than them. And we can be their big supporters, we can be their biggest cheerleaders, their biggest fan, we can do all the inspiring we can, but the bottom line is that they have to want it for themselves. Yeah? Thank you so much, Sam. I really, really appreciate that, and I did learn something, which is fantastic. Thank you so much.
I will post the if I can work out the recording that I did, and I'll post that into the group too.
I think if I remember rightly, all of the training for the convention is going to be available.
Oh yes, of course.
But there's no time frame as to when it's going to get there, because there's quite a lot of training that they've got to, I guess, transcribe, download, get into some kind of format, and put it into our back office. So it will get there, but we just don't know when. So I wouldn't worry too much, unless if you can do it, that's great. If you can't, I wouldn't lose any sleep over it. We'll get it eventually. But what the idea of us doing this is to give an overview and a flavour of the topics that we covered in St. Louis, and kind of bring some of that back and share with our My Sisters to help them in their business. So I appreciate what you've done. Thank you so much for doing it, and we'll catch up. You're going to stay there, or you're going to? I'm hoping you're going to hang on and stay here for the duration.
Yeah, definitely, because Ray might have picked up some different things than what I did, so I have my pen ready.
Fabulous. Snap, I'm here too.
Yay!
Okay, so if you'll meet your mom for me, Sam, and we'll just introduce Ray. Ray, I'm sure she won't mind me saying this. I'm sure she won't. Ray has been with Unique since June 2015. End of June 2015, is that right? Middle June 2015. And Ray works full time, so Ray has found some things, and time management things, a little bit of a challenge. However, bear with me, stay with me. I have how long have we been back? A week? 9 days? I have seen a completely different woman come back from convention. I actually don't recognise Ray, the new Ray that has been birthed out of St. Louis. So I'm really excited about where your future is going. So please help me welcome Ray. I was delighted when you agreed to do this call, as I was with Sam. But Sam's growing into the leader that she wants to be, and that's one thing I want to say to everybody is I will give you an opportunity. You can come on, do a team training, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, however time you feel comfortable with, because it just helps you on that road, to believe in yourself, to show you that I believe in you and the other leaders believe in you, and that you believe in yourself. So come on, it's not scary. Just send me a message if it's so yes. So Ray, let's go back to Ray. Has come back from St. Louis, a different person. I don't recognise it. I'm really excited about what's going to happen over the next 12 months with Ray. So please help me welcome Ray to this call. Ray, I will mute my microphone and over to you.
Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Oh my God, what a welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have to say, before I just get started with what I'm going to talk about, is that convention has been great. It's just given me a lot of positivity. I was feeling a bit like, oh, can I do this? Have I got too much going on? So it's really, really helped change my mindset. So if anyone's there listening, I'd say definitely come next year because it was brilliant. And the thing I wanted to share was the power and the positivity and perspective both in life and in work. And that was another one of the trainings that we went to. I think even Sam's been to that, so we'll probably have different views on what we gained from it. And that was with, if I tell you a little bit about me, Jenny says, yeah, I started last June and was very, very excited to start. And then with work, just got a bit bogged down and a bit lost. So that's why convention was great for me. So getting back to the training now, it was a Black Status presenter, Helen Ragsdale, who was brilliant, really, really good. She was so positive and gave us a lot of energy, one of the best trainings I did. So Hayley was truly inspirational, and what she was looking at, I'm just going to refer to my notes as well when I'm speaking, was how to recognise like your mindset, what's going on in there. And I think for me, just before convention, my mindset was like, don't know what I'm doing, how am I going to do this? I was really not finding it easy. And then second bit of it was to recognise your mindset shift. So like what are the things you could do to shift your mindset? So if you are feeling like that, there's things you can do to change that. And the other thing that we talked about was how to recognise the mindset in your success partners. So maybe people that are coming along to your team, you know, you want to motivate them and lead them because that's what we're here to do. The one thing, just before I go into some of those little nuggets, was Helen's quote. And I've written it down. Just bear with me. Yeah, so if you can see that. Can you see? Yeah, I think you can see that. She says, I'm not building a past, I'm building a future. Therefore, I cannot benefit from allowing the past to define me. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I can relate to that because I think you get successful, you feel really confident, and then there's things that happen that pull you back sometimes, and that's what stops you going forward. So I love that quote, so that's why I'm sharing that as well. Because our mindset determines what kind of day we're going to have. So the power of a positive mindset will help us uplift, empower and validate, which we want to do. So I'm not going to talk about Hayley, but she said people actually notice the change, like Jenny said she noticed the change in me. She asked us a question. Are you an Eeyore? Eeyore, do you remember him? He was a donkey, a bit pessimistic, a bit gloomy, a bit depressed. We have people like that around us. Or are you a Tigger or bouncy? You know, Tiggers attract people to them. Tigger has that character of the upbeat, happy, bouncy person. And that's what we're trying to recreate, you know, give people some energy, positive energy about, you know, why they should be doing what we're doing and how great this business is. What Hayley also shared that I loved was the good news is it's been discovered that approximately 40% of your happiness level is 100% in your control. So that's a great stat. So 40% of your happiness level is actually 100% within your control. Now, we don't think like that, but we have that power to change our mindset. And I'm proof that I really do feel different since coming back. And I've gone back to my job, and you know, but I'm still sticking to it because I know that if I keep positive, keep doing the right things, things are going to change and get better. And I really, really believe that now. The thing I liked what she said was about genetics can play a role. And there are many books about genetics and how nature versus nurture, and it tells you about how happiness mindset, you know, how you can change it, how you can, instead of having a glass half empty, you've got that glass half full. She recommended a book, It was called The Happiness Advantage, and that's by Sean Akel. Don't worry too much about all of this information because I have done a document, so that's in the iLash Divas files as well, so you'll be able to get that. Okay. But the main bit of this positivity was her Super 7 list. So I'm just looking at the time. I probably can get through a few of them today. So Super 7-1, she says, don't place any contingencies on your happiness. And that's so true, because we'll say things, I'll be happy when the sun's shining. I'll be happy, if hubby puts out the garbage and cleans the house. I'll be happy when I buy that latest handbag, shoes or spa, or whatever it is that makes you happy. She said, let's decide what kind of day you're going to have before you even open those curtains. Do not allow those outside influences to come in. Control your happiness. You know, it's about us trying to manage those emotions. You know, the reaction we get when we get those bumps in the road, we're stuck in the traffic, or what else could it be? You know, we're not feeling great, so we have a little moan about things. So it's all about how we handle those bumps. As I say, whatever it is, it could be you've had an argument with the other half, but when you go out to see a customer, you don't want to be like that. You're going to have to change that mindset, and that's your choice. You can do that. It's really down to us to help each other. And like Sam says, if we're not having a great day, we've got each other. So, you know, we can talk to each other and help each other. You know, if there's something that we're not sure about how to do it, let's speak to each other. It is a great group. Super 7 number 2, she said, practice gratitude. We heard a lot about that. Also in convention about being thankful. Just be thankful for what you have right now. Because the universe, if you're not thankful, it's not going to give you any more. It's basically, if you're thankful, more will come to you. And I'm sure this is happening right now for me. I can feel it. So I agree. Practice gratitude whenever you can. Be happy with what you have today, and you'll get more. Then Super 7-3. This is a good one. It's because it's all about stop that nagging, those negative actions, that talk, that behaviour that we all do at times. And I know I've done it. So nagging is a very, very negative action, and by default causes a negative emotion. I don't know if anyone else has done this, but I know, like, Tony's my other half, and like sometimes he's very laid back, love him to bits, everything, but you know, it takes him ages to do anything. So I've had a little go, a little niggle at him, and he'll do it, but then he won't be happy. So in a way, there are better ways of dealing with that situation where he'll still do it and he'll be happy to do it in his own time. So I could really relate to that when she was talking to that. Next thing we need to think about is, how hard are you on yourself? Stop being hard on yourself. We need to accept ourselves as we are, with the grace, with the powerful woman that we are. And you know, this great group that we're in, we've got lots of powerful women. There's Jenni, Sam, and all the ladies that are joining us. You know, I've had some real positive people coming back to me, people talking to me, and that's because we're portraying this powerfulness within ourselves that we have. The other things that she was saying, reading, you know, pick up a book. Girl Code is quite a good one. That's by Cara Alwell-Leiber, which I said, don't worry about all the details right now. I've got that in the document. Stop yelling if that's you. Basically, you know, there are ways to communicate. So this is not just about our business, it's about our personal lives as well, because communication is key to everything that we want to do. Great communication, managing our emotions. So how much time have I got? Yeah. So Super 7-4, this was great. It's about giving away your gratitude. Sam, you touched on some of this as well. But we can give compliments freely, you know, make those comments. on Facebook, or talk to our, you know, people that we want to engage with, because they don't cost you a thing, and if they're genuine from the heart, you know, it could be priceless for someone to receive a compliment like that. Be supportive, be a good listener, and listen more. And so she was talking from a personal level as well, from a business level. So if it's your partner, maybe listen more, because men do love to be appreciated as well, just for those small tasks that we take for granted. So post, share, shout out about your spouse, kids, strangers. Do good. It's like Sam said, she posted about her day out. I think the other day I posted about my mum, and it was just a genuine thing. I'd seen my mum, I had this lovely photo, and I thought, yeah, I just want to share this and how much I appreciate who she is and how that's helped me be who I am right now. So yeah, let's share a lot more. Oh, she mentioned this presenter that was quite interesting, who did a post over 30 days of women she loves. So it was basically over a month. So it could be, I love Jenni because she is the iLash Diva, or I love Sam because, you know, she's the lady with that IT knowledge, or she knows how to do these technical things. There could be a reason, but it was sounding really good. So it was something that maybe it could be something that you want to do, or 30 days of whatever, but something positive. Okay. How am I doing for time? Yeah. So Super 7.5. This is another one that I thought was quite good because we don't think about these things. She said, take yourself on a coffee date. I didn't think about it. It's like, oh, coffee date, why? She says, get away from the house, get away from the office, journal any stress, and also journal any bliss. Because we think about the stress, we don't always think about the bliss. She said, make a list of the stress and the bliss, and then use this to create a 30-day happiness campaign. Remember, it only takes 21 days to create that habit. See the good, give the good, and then in 30 days' time, take that inventory, because you've written it all down so you can notice any changes. How do you feel? Write it down. How do others respond differently to you? Write that down. Has your business changed? So all of this I got from convention. This training was absolutely amazing, and that's just 5 of the Super 7. Shall I carry on? Yeah? Okay. So Super 7.6. Now, I don't know if this was a typo, but I love it how it was on the board. It actually said, faith it until you make it. Now, I've heard fake it until you make it, but Helen had faith it till you make it. And I'm thinking, oh, I like it, because it's actually saying have faith, have belief in yourself, and that's going to help you get to where you want to go. And it is easier for some than others, but you know, it's just that mindset again. It's just developing that you really want to do this. And like Jenni says, you can't do this, and Sam said the same, you can't do this unless you into it and you really want that change in your life, because we're all individual and we all see things differently. I mean, there was a lot more that she said. She said, I'm really concise in this. If it's not for you, do it for them. It could be for your team. It could be for your family. It could be for other people around you. Why you want this to be what you want it to be. For those that are joining you in the future, for your friends, or even for that stranger that Jenni's always telling me about that's watching us. So Super 7.7, which is the last one, and I've really concised this because this was a whole hour of training which will be online, is buy some happiness. Not literally, don't literally buy it, but be aware of how you're feeling. Deposit into your, she called it the Bliss Rich Bank, which is all about, with presence, being here in the moment in time and not presence. Every time you say, do share, acknowledge something that is positive, good, happy. You're making those deposits into your little bank of happiness. These deposits of happiness will grow, and that's going to make you feel good and better about yourself. You can choose this. So I hope this makes sense. As I said, I've really concised this down. If you've got any questions, just ask me. I'm just going to hand you back to Jenny for a moment. Thank you, Jenny.
Hey Ray, oh that was fantastic. Thank you so much for that. And what makes me, I didn't actually know what you were talking about this evening until after I'd done a video. I did a video this evening, a live video, talking about, let me find it, let me just find what the title was, how to stay positive or something like that. And I've got my notes here. I talked about surrounding yourself with people that think and feel the same way as you do. Believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself. Even if nobody else does, you have to believe in yourself. Or be around people that believe in you, that pour that belief into you until you get to believe in yourself. And also, learn to discipline your disappointment, is what I said. Because this business is hard. It's a simple business, very simple. The things you have to do are very simple, but it is hard because you're dealing with people, and people are different. And some people will say they're going to do one thing, and they're going to do another, and they don't do it. And you have to learn to take the emotion out of it, because when you become emotionally wrapped up in it, then you start to get frustrated, and your frustration builds when you have a higher expectation of somebody than they have for themselves. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So that's what I was talking about today. So the fact that you've kind of come along and wrapped that up in 20-25 minutes is fantastic. So, you know, I like to hear things like this, because it kind of, my learning is happening all the time. My growth, you know, if I look back at where I started nearly 2 years ago and the person I am now, you know, I have journaled some of it, not all of it, but just how, you know, things have changed. But you know, for me, then it's a journey. It really is, and it's a journey. Like I said, this business is really simple. There are some simple tasks, and if you do them consistently every single day, even when nobody's watching, even when nothing feels like it's happening, you just keep on doing them, success will be yours. But the problem that we have is if your mindset is not right, and if you don't learn to manage your mindset and learn to discipline that disappointment, that's when the negative talk and negative chatter can come in and completely wipe out the plans that you had for yourself, if you let it. But the good thing is that we know that we don't have to allow that to happen. It's like a muscle. The more you practice it, the more you teach yourself to be positive, the less time you will spend being negative, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, so thank you, Sam, Ray, and Sam. I really, really appreciate both of your inputs. I'm just quickly looking at the time. We've only got 8 minutes left, so I'm not actually going to do an input tonight. But what I am going to just quickly run over. I'm not actually going to run any video over. But what I am actually going to do is just talk to you about videos, okay, and why live videos are so important. Now, I took screenshots. I wasn't as efficient as the other ladies. I just took photographs. So, where are my numbers? We'll talk about the numbers first, because I think it's always good to start with statistics and facts, because if you're anything like me, I like to know numbers. I like to know the deal behind what people are saying to me. You know, if someone says something to me or tell them to do something, I like to know why. Why, you know, how's that come about? Where's that information come from? What are the facts behind it? So if you're anything like me, then this will be great for you. If you're not like me and you don't care about the numbers, then you can just switch off for a moment. But let me just tell you what was said to us. Okay, so 2016, I'm actually going to read this from here. 2016 is the year of the live video. The average Facebook user has 1,500 stories that could be pushed into her newsfeed every single day. Boosted posts are increasingly filling up feeds, and people ignore them. People ignore boosted feeds. How does Facebook determine what to show? So with all that information, all those photos, all those pictures, all that stuff happening, how does Facebook determine what they're going to put into your newsfeed? So now they have decided, they've adjusted the Facebook algorithm so that is live Facebook videos. That is what is going to get your posts into other people's news feeds. And the secret, here's the secret sauce. If any of you have watched my live videos recently, you'll hear me say things like, hey guys, tell me where you're coming in from. Hey, give me some hearts, give me some, give me a thumbs up. Tell me what the weather's like where you are. You are instructing the people that are watching your video to do something, to take some action. The minute they comment or like or click hearts or whatever that is, your live video will go into the news feeds of all of their friends. Right? You can't do that with your written posts and your pictures, but your live videos will jump into the news feeds of the people that like and comment on your post while you're doing your live video feed. So before, like last year when I went to convention in Chicago, we were told about videos, and it was videos, videos, videos. That's because we didn't have live videos. We couldn't do live videos. That is still new. I know some people still don't have it. If you don't have the live button, I pray for you. You will get it. I hope you get it soon. But this time last year it was ramping up your algorithm. Now it is live videos. If you do a live video, which is why I don't do anything, honestly, I really don't. I try really hard to make sure that the information that I give to you is going to help your business. Hence the reason why that this month's task, challenge, incentive is around live videos. That's why I've done it. So that's, if some of you didn't understand why suddenly you should get on about live videos, that is the reason why. So if you've been if you've struggled a little bit with attraction marketing, you've struggled with doing, just generally doing videos, you need to put that fear to one side and understand that live videos is what is going to help you to get your people. You want to get you in front of as many people as you possibly can. Okay, so that is why. So let me just go back and tell you, I'm going to give you one more because we're coming up to 9 o'clock. First time, yeah. So and this information is fact. I forget the name of the guy. It was the techie guy that's at corporate. He'd been to a social media convention. I think he said it was in Vegas. I'm not sure, but he'd just come back from that convention, and they said, and I'm just reading you what's on my phone. You probably can't see it because of the light. I'm just reading the slide on my phone. For the first time, Facebook has told us how to get our posts to the top of news feeds, and that is to go live. It's really as simple as that. Now, when it comes to doing live videos, okay, I've given you some pointers and some 10 ways. Well, it's not 10. I think it's about 5 live videos that you can do. But your live video doesn't have to be really long. It could be just a couple of minutes, sharing some content, sharing a thought, excuse me, talk about something that you've done that day. It could be something, talk about a recipe, talk about a restaurant you've just been to. It could be a film you've just seen. It could be absolutely anything. So don't think you have to be the font of all knowledge on all subjects related to beauty and skincare and personal development. And all. You don't have to do that. Just be you. Use your live button as often as you can. Okay? Because that way you will pop up. You know, and this week I have noticed Emma Davis has popped up into the top of my newsfeed. Sam Moore has popped up into the top of my newsfeed. And Ray has popped up into the top of my newsfeed. Every time I open my Facebook account, one of those three, if not all of those three ladies, turn up in my newsfeed. And I have over 4,500 friends on my Facebook. So for them to appear at the top of my newsfeed tells me, I don't need to look, it tells me that they are doing live videos. It's a no-brainer, okay? So, let's see if there's anything else that I can just jump on. Oh, okay, one more slide before we go. 2016, year of the live video. For the first time, Facebook has told us how to get our posts to the top of news feeds, go live. And live videos, listen to this, live videos have 10 times more reach than any other type of post. 10 times! I mean, I'm sorry, I know I'm getting really excited. I was wanting to jump up and down in my seat in this class because it was just, it is social media marketing, network marketing, gold. That's what it is. It is gold dust being sprinkled all over your business, okay? By the click of a button. I mean, seriously, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Your business will thank you for it. You will thank yourself. And even if you're a little bit scared of videos at the moment, just pretend you're talking to your mate. Just pretend you're on a Skype call with one of your friends. Even if nobody is watching, do it anyway. Because the more you do it, the easier and less reserved you become. You start moving your hands around, you start talking, you start playing some music, you might even move about in your chair, you know, just do it, honestly. Nobody can, you know, and if nobody writes negative comments on your posts, people might just leave, that's okay. People might come back, but the more you do it, Facebook will push your live feed out into other people's feeds. I've been on a couple of times, I've kind of been trying to figure out the best time of day to get on to do live feeds. Still trying to figure that out. But I've been doing them at different times during the day. And when you go on, if nobody comes on straight away, Facebook actually puts a message into your live box that you can see to say, hang on, keep going, we are going to build your audience for you. I mean, come on. Come on. They are doing the work for us. So I'm not going to make any apology for getting really, really excited about it. I'm not going to apologise for it because it is gold dust. It really is. So I've only shared with you a teeny tiny little bit of what I took from that class. I will share it with you again. We'll do part 2 next week. I'm going to get Sam and Ray back on next week if they agree to come back on next week and share another class that they went to. There was over 40 classes, and I went to 8. Well, no, I didn't. Shh, don't tell anybody. On the day of gala night, I didn't go to my last class. Shoot me. I didn't go. So I went to 7 classes, and I'm going to grass Sam up because she came with me. She didn't go to her last class either. So between us, we went to 14 classes, and Ray went to. Did you go to 6, Ray? I think it was 6 or 7 you went to. Yeah. So between us, we've got 20 classes at least that we can share with you. So stay tuned. We do this for you. You know that I do whatever I can for you. I have some great friends in network marketing now that share great stuff with me, great content. If I can't get them to come on and deliver it to you themselves, I will get it from them and deliver it to myself. And just quickly, while we're talking about personal development, I'm never going to apologise for banging on about personal development, because that is one of the things that's changed me as a person. I also know it's the thing that changed Amber Voigt in her business. I know that it changed Brie was going to call her Brianna then because that's her name. Brie Richardson, that's what changed her business. Whitney Husband, that's what changed her business. These three ladies that I know have not got to be black status ones and black statuses and $1 million earners by accident. It didn't just happen, okay? It did not just happen. They worked really hard. But the one thing that has been said to me is if you're finding it hard, for business is hard, if you're struggling and things are getting a bit tough, that's when you need to really suck up the personal development. That's when you need to go hard into personal development, because you will come out of that with new vigor and a new sense of being, a new sense of purpose, and a new sense of joy, really, because you will find out that you are just as amazing as you should think you are. Okay, so just quickly, I've got a few books. I'm gonna put my hands up, I do try and read paper books. I do try. But I've got to say, because I'm always on the go, because I'm moving around a lot, I'm always in my car, I download a lot of audiobooks. But I do have some paper books here that I want to share with you. So if you haven't read Beach Money, you can see this. I'm not even trying to show you because the light's terrible. Beach Money by Jordan Adler. This guy had been in 13 network marketing businesses. He'd struggled until he'd found personal development, and then he dived in and got it right. He is he good friend? I know he's really good friends with Eric Worre. Eric Worre has him at all of his events. This isn't the new version, but the old version is How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I've actually got that on my iPad in a read as a book to read, which I've started. Put my hands up, I haven't finished it yet. But I've also got How to Win Friends and Influence People in the Digital Age, and that's by Dale Carnegie. Might be something that you want to look at. I will put all these books on a list and upload them into the group, so don't worry. This book, now, I've had this book since 2001. I didn't recognise it as a personal development book. Jack Canfield, who is in the film The Secret, he's one of the multi-million dollar earners in the USA. He co-wrote this book with a guy called Mark Victor Hansen, Chicken Soup for the Soul. Now, I don't know if any of you have come across this book. I found this book the other day when I was clearing out some stuff in my loft. I say I wasn't, it was my husband. But Chicken Soup for the Soul was a book that was given to us when I was actually on a course years ago, 2002 or something like that, when I was teaching and delivering leadership training to police officers around the country. This is one of the books that was given to us, and I used to read like a small extract at the end of each lesson, at the end of each course. I would read a small extract, not knowing that this is personal development. No clue. So I've been dipping in and out of this stuff for years, not knowing what it was. So if you can get your hands on that book, get it. If you're new to the team, new to network marketing, never did it before, I highly, highly recommend this book. If you haven't read it, it's usually you can find it in some sort of format on YouTube. I have the downloadable book. I've got it on CD, and I have it in hardback, it's not hardback, in paperback format as well. This book is a game changer. All right? If you haven't read it, read it, and don't read it just once. Read it and read it and read it and read it. Read it over and over and over again, because every time you read it, you'll find something you didn't see the first time. Then, this is one of my favourite books. I read this probably a year ago now, and it changed my life. I read this, would have been August 2015, because I'd been invited to speak at my very first unique event in Birmingham, and I was scared to death. Okay? I had absolutely no idea I was going to be invited to speak. I didn't even know that Nadine Ward knew who I was. So when I got the phone call to say, will you speak at this event, I obviously said yes. Of course you do. You don't turn down opportunities like that. But then I then spent weeks and weeks fretting because I had no clue what I was going to say, how I was going to say it, did anybody want to hear what I got to say, who would listen to me, nothing, no clue. So I got this book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, by Susan Jeffers. This book, I can honestly say, I've got it in paperback. I've also listened to it a million times in audio. If you haven't listened to it, I urge you to listen to it. This will change your mindset, change the way you think about fear. Okay? And then somebody mentioned this book, Girl Code. Oh my goodness me. This book, I've had this book now probably about 6 or 7 months. I bought it the same, in fact no, I got it for Christmas. So I had Girl Code and Beach Money as my paperbacks for Christmas. And it's fantastic. If you haven't read it, put it on your list of books to read. Think and Grow Rich for Women by Sharon Lecter. I've got that in CD format, so when I'm in my office, I'll just pop that in into CD. I've also got The Unemployed Millionaire by Matt Morris. There are loads and loads and loads and loads of personal development books that if you're not doing it now, please, for your own sake, not for mine, it's not for me, you're doing it for you, because when you know more, you do more. When you know better, you do better. Knowledge is power. There is no two ways about it. The more you know, the more confident you become. So you're not sort of flirting around in the dark, not knowing what you're doing. When you know more, you do more, and it increases your confidence. I know that I was 100 times more confident now than I was this time last year. My self-belief system, I now believe, I know what I wanted before. Did I believe I could have it? Not really. Did I really think that I could get to black status? I knew I could. Did I believe that 100% that I would? Probably not. Probably not. Do I believe 1,000% now that I can do it and I will do it? 1,000%. 1,000%. Do I know when it's going to happen? No, I don't. Because the universe has lined it up for me. I don't have any say over that. I will just keep on doing the things that I do every single day, and if some things don't work, I'll tweak it, change it until it works the way I want it to work. It's as simple as that. So your belief in yourself has to be unshakable. So when there are the haters and the doubters, and Debbie Doubter comes into your head and starts feeding you those little things, you can flicker off your shoulder and just keep moving forward. That's the state that you need to be in. So, I didn't want to talk for 5 minutes. I've actually talked for 15. I do apologise. So I'm going to jump off now. If anybody's got any questions, I can't even see the chat box. Oopsie daisy. Let me see if I can get it back. Let's have a look. Somebody said, somehow we've disabled the chat box. So only presenters can type in chat. I'm not sure how that happened. Because normally we can type in chat. So I'm sorry if you have any questions at all about tonight's call, anything that Sam has given to you, anything that Ray's given to you, or anything that I've just rambled on about, please just comment below and we'll happily answer the questions for you. But before I go, I just want to extend a huge thank you to Sam. You have no idea how much I appreciate you. And I have to say, you did a fantastic job. Well done. Absolute star. I would never ever believe that was your first time. Never. Absolute black status presenter in the making. And Ray, oh my God, humble. You were amazing. So incredibly proud of you. Just in that real short window between the end of convention and now, the change in you has been quite overwhelming, I have to say. And I'm really excited about the rest of your journey. I'm just excited for both of you. I'm excited for everybody because I know that you can all do it. Will you all do it? I have no clue. I don't know about that. But I know that you all can. So that's enough from me. Thank you so much. Have a fabulous evening, whatever you're doing. I'm now going to go have a glass of Prosecco and chill out for the rest of the evening. well, I'll say that. I'm probably going to answer a few messages because my phone has been pinging while I've been here. So I'm going to answer a few more messages, have a couple of glasses of Prosecco, and relax for the rest of the day. So enjoy whatever you're doing. Girls, if you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks,
See
Sam. You were brilliant.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Jenny.
You're welcome. Same time next week.
Yay!